Hello, and welcome to the Sacred Heart Open Forum. I am your host, James Bona, and today I am joined with.
Aiden Knapp.
Joe Mike.
And Nate Stelmack.
Today we are going to be talking about everyone's favorite furry friends, pets. Now, I can speak for the rest of my hosts when I say that we all have pets and we all love them, and I'm sure many of our listeners also have pets and also love them. Me personally, I have one cat. His name is Duke, and I love him. And I also have one all black German Shepherd. Her name is Nala, and she is chaos incarnate.
No, I like that name a lot.
Wait, is that the one from Lion King?
Yes, you
Oh
can
my
tell that my
God.
family, when we come to naming animals, are very
Disney
creative.
fans.
Oh, well, we named a dog after a cat, so
I mean, nothing wrong with that, right?
yeah.
Creative.
We did have other names for her, like Luna, because we are the annoying type of Italians, where we act like we're straight from the heart of Sicily, even though we were born in Waterbury.
As far as I know, James, you are straight from the heart of Sicily.
Thank you, Aiden. I appreciate it.
My cat was named Luna too,
I think
actually.
that's the most common cat name. I think I read
Yeah,
that
I know.
somewhere.
Yeah,
It's like the
yeah,
John of the cat world.
yeah.
The John Smith of cats.
This is also gonna be like the most contentious debate ever too.
Yeah,
Cats versus dogs. Like, yeah, I just wanted to put that out there.
I think it's more controversial than politics.
It
Oh,
really
definitely.
is.
this is when we find out that one of you guys secretly owns a bird.
I'm more of a bird person myself. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have a bird.
But yeah, Nate, you mentioned one of your pets. Would you like to explain more about any of your pets?
Yeah, sure. Well, I used to have a cat named Luna, but she passed away last year.
I'm sorry.
19 years old.
Oh,
Thank you.
wow.
Wow.
19 years old. Yeah. Um, And then I also have a dog who's still alive. Um, his name's Harry. He's 7.5. And he's like, I don't even know what he is, to be honest. He's looks like a golden, but he's probably like the most diverse dog, humanly doggedly possible. I don't know.
Apologies for interrupting you, but is that Harry spelled Hairy or with two R's?
It's with 2 R's. We named him after Harry Potter because we were really into Harry Potter when we got him. So
As you should
Just
be.
just
yeah, for
checking.
sure. Yeah, no, 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 you're good.
Yeah, I have two dogs, a Chihuahua and a Pit Bull Border Collie mix. Quite the duo, I know. The pit bull mix, her name is Layla, and the Chihuahua's name is Mia. And to be honest, I don't remember why we chose those names. Well, Layla was already named by the shelter, but Mia, we got her as a puppy. I don't remember why, but we chose
That's
the
like
name
the
Mia.
most odd combination of a Chihuahua and a pit bull
Yeah, they
mix.
Yeah.
they get along great. I have to say they get along great, and it's shocked me, but they really do.
I have two cats. They're brothers. Their names are Hamilton because when we got him, I was very deep in my Hamilton phase. And Roosevelt, and it's Theodore, not Franklin.
Now, Nate, you did mention past animals, and I wanted
Yes.
to wait until all of you went since this is going to be a lengthy topic for me because we've had a handful of pets, just to say the least. So, when we were very young, my family and I, we had one pug. His name was Giuseppe. Oh, there's my dog in the background. But we had one dog, a pug. His name was Giuseppe, and we loved him. He was perfect. And then later, we got another pug whose name was Luigi. Yeah, you can see how annoying we are with our Italian names.
Wait till you hear the other dog's name.
Oh, but unfortunately, we had to get rid of those two dogs because my twin and my older brother were they got very allergic to them, so that was unfortunate. But then once their allergies calmed down, we got an English bulldog and we named him Capone. Yes, after Al Capone, the notorious gangster.
Notorious gangster. That's incredible. I like that.
Yeah, I feel like for an English bulldog, that's like the perfect name
Yeah.
though. Like Capone. Like
And then we unfortunately had to get rid of him as well. And then we waited a few years before we got three cats. Two were brothers, and one was from a completely different litter. We had Duke, who I mentioned earlier, and he had a brother named Butterball, who was a very round cat, to put it nicely.
Very rotund.
Yes, rotund, if you would. And then we had our third cat, who was my cat. Her name was Delta. And we waited too long to get them spaded and neutered. So Delta had, some fun surprises for us. And she had her first litter was with three kittens, and they all found homes, and they're all living very nice lives. And so we're like, oh, we're good. And then a few months later, she gets pregnant again, this time with five cats. So that was also very fun to watch her, start her own family twice. So yeah, it's if you thought taking care of one animal is difficult, try taking care of eight cats, five of which are kittens.
Really kept you on your feet, huh?
But luckily, all five of those kittens, they all found homes, and they're also doing great, and, you know, all of them are good. But unfortunately, we had to give two of our cats away because we were moving. So we gave Butterball and Delta both away to one of the people who adopted one of the kittens. So the mother stayed with some of her children. So there is silver lining in all of that.
my dog, it was weird. So like my dog was afraid of my cat. Like not afraid, like he wanted to play with her and he'd go up to play with her and she would just look at him and he'd like back like be terrified of her. I don't know. It was just so random. Like she was like probably a tenth of his size, but she was the boss. Yeah, that was always interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of the relationship I have with, well, not me, but my dog and my cat have with each other, because our cat has been around for a few more years than the dog, because she just wants to play. But I think she keeps forgetting that she is like four times his size. So what she sees as like normal fun playtime, he sees as like this
Attack.
just yeah, attack. He is
Yeah.
being physically assaulted by my dog.
I can recall this is a very long time ago. I had a cat who was maybe like 20 years old at the time. He was a very old guy. He passed away maybe like 7 or 8 years ago, but he a very big dog was loose in our yard running around, and he managed to fight off the dog and scare away the dog by jumping onto it. And from that day on, I realized that cats can really stand their own against dogs.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of crazy how I could see why dogs would be a little frightened of cats.
Yeah, I think Aiden just confirmed that cats are better than dogs. Well,
Oh,
I
now
mean,
we're
I don't
getting
know if
into
I'd go
this. Oh.
that far,
We're having an
but
argument.
just offered some proof a little bit.
I personally think dogs are better. I'll just put it out there. I'm sorry. I just they're just better. Like
Yeah, I mean, so do I. Even after seeing that, I mean, I have a lot of respect for cats, but I'm still definitely more of a dog person. I've loved all the cats I've had, but at the end of the day, dogs, there's just something special about them.
cats are too antisocial to me.
Yeah, they do not like a lot of. I mean, it depends on the cat. There might be some out there that do like attention, but for the most part, the cats that we've had that are part of the family, they really did not like to interact with us. They would like to be outside and do their thing, and that was about it.
My grandma had a cat when I was really little. We lived with her for a few years, and the cat was so mean to me and to like everyone other than her. And I think for a long time I lived with that, but now we have cats and, they just want to be pet all the time. So I think it
Yeah,
depends on the animal.
yeah, I was just gonna echo what Aiden said, which is that yeah, cats do usually seem antisocial, but at the end of the day, it does depend on the type of cat. Because, like, for instance, uh, Duke, my current cat, he is very social and he will scream at you if you don't give him attention. He is very dramatic, but you love him all the same.
I wanted to bring this up because it's just kind of it reminded me when Aiden said he had a Chihuahua. I also got attacked by a hot dog once. The what do they call it? The
The
Oh, the
wiener
uh,
wiener
dog?
dog?
the wiener dogs. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I got attacked by one of
Oh
those.
my gosh.
What's the official name? Aren't they like? I'm probably gonna get this terribly wrong.
Dachshunds.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
dachshund. Yeah,
dachshunds.
Dachshunds.
doxies, dachshunds.
Yeah, I got bit in the ear by one.
Oh
So that
no.
was
I mean,
yeah.
any dog can be lethal. I mean that. I'm sure that wasn't a very. I'm sure that hurt a lot. Still,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess. I also got chased by two once. That was interesting.
so you're definitely not a dachshund guy. I'm guessing.
No, I'm not a small dog in general. A small dog guy in general.
Actually,
And
it's funny because my Chihuahua is definitely she's the mean one, and the pit bull mix has a heart of gold and loves people, and then the Chihuahua, if she sees people, goes crazy and does not want them near her. So it's kind of odd how that works out. It's usually the bigger dogs have. Maybe it's because they have more room for love. Who knows?
That's a good way to look at it.
yeah, I think that's like a common misconception is that like the big dogs are big and scary and mean. Like, because if you had to ask someone, what would you consider to be the meanest breed of dog? They'd probably say something along the lines of like a Rottweiler or like a pit bull, something like that. When in reality, the real meanest breed of dog is a Chihuahua, because those are rats.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Wow.
Those small dogs are like the silent killer. Those like they're the ones that sneak up behind you and
Yeah.
just like take you out.
Just bite your
Hmm.
They just,
ankles.
yeah, they just
Yeah.
bite.
But I also feel like it's when people like assume things about dog breeds. Like ultimately I think it's the owner because you could have like I don't know, like a Boston Terrier and it could be the most vicious dog if the owner doesn't take care of it or train it well. Like it's not the dog breed in general.
It's a nurture thing.
Because yeah, if it's gonna be a lot more noticeable if it's a vicious large dog than a vicious small dog, and a vicious large dog would obviously have the capability to do a lot more damage or harm to other people, which is why, of course, a breed can get a bad reputation.
But I also think it's interesting too. I remember reading once, like, because like James had said, like when you ask somebody like what's the most dangerous breed, they're like Rottweiler, Pit Bull, etc. Like, I'm pretty sure like Labrador Retrievers, that's the most dog on human attacks are done by labs, which is it's just
Really,
interesting. Yeah,
I never would have expected that. Wow.
exactly. So that just goes to show that it doesn't necessarily mean that Pit Bull or Rottweiler is inherently more vicious than any other breed. It's just it's the person.
Which like pets are good. Like no matter what kind of pet you have, bird, fish, chinchilla, whatever you have,
Hamster.
yeah, any kind of rodent, they help you stay on schedules. And I think that's something that's often overlooked with pets cuz like when you have a dog, dogs are big with schedules. Like they will remember what time you get them up, what time you feed them, what time they're supposed to go to bed. They remember all that. And that also puts reliance on the owner to like make a schedule and follow it. And I like that.
It really does keep you productive. You worried about your little friends. You want to make sure they're healthy as possible, and you take care of them. It really does keep you on your toes.
My cats definitely wake me up for breakfast every morning, so I'm always up early.
Don't even need an alarm clock, right?
Nope.
And I think you bring up a good point. Like, it's always like I feel like it's always like this cliche thing about how people are like they treat their animals like it's like a human, like a baby. But in a sense, like I feel like it actually is. You know what I mean? Especially if you don't have kids of your own. It's like it's essentially a child. Like you have a schedule, you have things to do with it. So I guess in that sense, it's yeah, like it does help with the schedule.
It is a big responsibility having a pet. Like any pet, really. I mean, sure, there's the whole yeah, these are starter pets and everything like that, but any pet really comes with a good amount of responsibilities that you'll have to make sure are being met.
Yeah, you forget to feed that fish that one day. No more
And it's
fish.
gone. Yeah,
Yeah. And I actually
yeah.
did want to get into what Nate said about how it kind of prepares you for raising a family. I put that in quotes because the needs of a dog are very different from the needs of a human child. But in a sense, it does get you prepared for like taking care of another being, especially since most people who get new animals are usually children or teenagers. So I think that it's like good life experience to just, be able to take care of something and know all the trials and tribulations, but also like all the triumphs that come with it.
Yeah, I mean, I can agree with that, James. I think if I hadn't had pets growing up, I might have been an entirely different person. It helps you to learn responsibilities that you might not otherwise encounter if you have, say, just a household with just your family and you, and that's it. You're the one being taken care of. You really don't know what it's like to have to take care of anybody else. So it's a good way to really kickstart that transition into adulthood in that sense.
It's like I think because we're all naturally we care about ourselves the most, like taking care of ourselves and but I think when you have a pet, especially from a young age, it really teaches you to kind of put somebody else's needs and what what they require before your own at times. And I think that's probably one of the most important things a pet can teach is the fact that at every waking moment it's not like what I want, what I need. Sometimes you have to be there for another creature, even if it is a dog, a cat, whatever it may be.
Yeah, and it definitely gets you used to having something like it's basically just what you said, having something dependent on you. And I think when you are an adult, especially not even like just having kids and stuff, like on work, like you might have to have other people at work dependent on you. Like, I don't know, or like people are dependent on you your whole life, and it's a good kickstart to that.
Yeah, I also just want to add quick, the pets aren't only just like an investment where like you're giving them all this time and attention and energy, because they also give something back. Apologies for getting very scientific here, but uh, pets help you release a hormone called oxytocin. And basically that's called like the hugging hormone, and you get it from like hugging a loved one, a friend, or like just having physical interaction with them. So not only do pets prepare you for, the real world with schedules and taking care of them, like we mentioned previously, but they also make you just feel good mentally.
You know what? If I'm not mistaken, when you have a baby, you release a lot of oxytocin. I don't exactly remember why. Learned about it in anatomy with Mr. O'Connell. So that would make sense with the parental correlation between you and your pet.
Yeah, that would explain it. I mean, lately with all the stresses and everything that have been going on, it's like anytime I just take a moment to sit down with my dogs and chill out for a little bit, it feels really nice. And honestly, I feel the stress just move right off my shoulders. It's always nice to just take a moment to spend time with your animals.
And I think too, also another you kind of reminded me of this, Aiden, was like I feel like as weird as it may sound, like sometimes even just talking to your animals, if you're worried about something, is oddly therapeutic because if you talk to a person like they're gonna judge you on something or they're gonna think a certain way, and the animal obviously is not gonna talk back to you, but it's like just to say it to something and just being able to just say it without having someone, you know, fire back at you or whatever is kind of relieving as
Yeah,
well.
it feels good.
Yeah, I talk to my cat all the time, and the only emotion he feels is hunger. So like, I don't need
Great
to worry about
listeners.
being judged. Yeah, they are. Now, we did talk about the pets that we currently have, but I'm interested in the pets that, like our dream pet. If we could have any pet, regardless of cost and like all of that, which pet would we have? Because my dream pet is an otter.
An otter. They
Hmm.
are cute. They are cute.
And I'm pretty sure they're legal in Connecticut. It's been a while since I looked that up, but if I
I
could
mean,
have,
yeah.
yeah, if I could have any pet, I would have an otter. They are adorable, and I love them, and I want one.
I want a tiger. Aladdin was my favorite Disney movie. Oh, it still is. When I was little, my we would watch it every night. So I want a tiger like Princess Jasmine.
I want a bear cub.
Oh my God. I was gonna say
It's
the
like a
exact
stuffed
same thing.
animal. Oh, it's like a stuffed animal. So long as it doesn't kill me when it gets big. But
Yeah, I remember watching a documentary a while back, and there's like a guy cuddling a huge bear that's like three of him. It's an incredible thing to see, really, and I can only imagine how nice cuddling with a huge bear like that would be. But you definitely would have to raise it from a very young age if you don't want to be seen as a mule.
Yeah, you'd have to imprint on it very, very quickly.
yeah.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Sacred Heart Open Forum. Goodbye.